guys, what's up? It's your girl Shirley, back with another video. So I just finished year 11 and it was hard and I went through exams. So I decided to do a Q&A on like exam season and like how year 11 is and everything. I asked you guys on Snapchat and you sent me in your questions. Obviously no year 11s did, year 10s and some year 9s. I'm just gonna get on with it and I'm gonna answer your questions. Girl got a nose piercing. Also, and your girl learned how to put false lashes on. So yeah, it's been a good, like after exam. I think I learned how to do this like a week ago. Just a little toy, isn't it? Okay. So Neve asked, how the fuck did you survive? Friends and family are really good support. And whenever I felt stressed, I just couldn't be able to go revise, my mum was sitting on the sofa, I'd go cuddle with her for a while, watch a bit of TV, and I'd go back to revising, just a bit of studying. I broke down a couple of times, a couple of tears and stuff, and just loads of people helped me like calm down. You will have people there to support you. Mia asked how to get through 4 weeks. Like, do you do a bit of revision every night until the end, or do you have a night off? Well, I had a couple of night offs. Sometimes I didn't have an exam the next day, so I do a bit of preparation for the next exam, but not like a lot because it wasn't the next day. I did do revision like every night, but only for the exam. So I did do revision every night, but it was only for the exam that was the next day. And 4 weeks, it's like 4 weeks of exam and then we have a break in the middle. So 5 weeks, but it's like from the 14th to the 14th, it's like a month. I don't get it. But anyways, yeah, just not a little bit of revision, but sufficient revision for the next exam. Eleanor asked revision techniques. I have a video coming up for that soon. How to deal with stress. Just take frequent breaks, do what makes you happy. Don't be revising every single day. Give yourself day offs. Like you have half term. Yeah, you probably will have half term during your exams, and don't spend every single day of those 9 days revising. Like, go out a couple of times, like that's what I did, and yeah, just give yourself breaks. She also asked, is it okay to tell your teachers to fuck off? No, but if it's like a nice teacher, but if it's like a nice teacher and you just fuck, like, I think they might understand because you're going through stress, but Simi asked, how do you remember everything that you needed to? I legit did so much revision just the night before the exam. I used loads of different like websites and YouTube videos and stuff like that, and like I made I don't know, just things in my head. And let me think of something. Everything's just like gone out of my head. For example, like biology, what's that? What's chemistry? I didn't even know what physics was when I was there and doing my physics exam. Like I can't even say it. Electromagnetism. Yeah, I would make like little links in my head. I think what is it? The vein? Not the vein. But it's like something to do with the blood system, heart. Oh my god, I don't know. But it was like anything that ends in this word means away from, and it was like taking away blood from the heart, from the lungs, or something like that. So you just make links. I feel like stuff with biology, it's really easy because it's your own body, and then like food, most of it's like common sense, or it depends what subject you're taking. But like I tried to make try to learn the information in a way that can be put into like the real world. So when I did my business revision, it was like, you can't do this without getting there first. So I made loads and loads of links in my head. Josh asked, what did you do to manage time? So if my exam was in the afternoon, if I knew my exam was in the afternoon and it was the only exam that day, so like my food tech exam was in the afternoon, I knew the night before that I only had to do like half of the spec, and in the morning, because I had study leave or like free periods during school, I could do the other half of the spec, so I'd cover the whole thing but not in like one like go. So I just planned it out. I planned out when I could revise and what I could revise. Ebony asked, does it get less frightening and stressful over time? You get used to like, oh, have an exam now, GTG, TTYL guys. If they're not doing the same exam as you, it's like, oh, gotta go for my exam, put stuff in your locker. It's just like a constant cycle, like nearly every single day. Millie asked, is it different to mocks? Well, for my mocks, and I'm pretty sure like most schools would do this for their mocks, we did it as if it was the real thing. So we'd line up in the playground or just outside, or I don't know, we call it the playground. And then they call us in one by one in the rooms that we'd actually be in. So some people, if they have extra time, they'd be in a different room, stuff like that. And we weren't allowed mobile phones, obviously, and if we had any, then we'd give it in, take our wristwatches off, no thingies on the water bottles, no like labels or anything on water bottles. It was like exactly like the real thing. So when the real thing came round, it wasn't like any different, except for the feeling that, whoa, this is the real one. Because just before the teacher called my name for my first exam, my RE exam, that's when it hit me. My heart dropped. I was like, I'm going to exams. And it was like, it was scary, but once you do the first exam, you'll be fine. But in the sense that, you know, room stuff, like time management stuff, all of that is the same. Nikki asked, what's the best way to revise in your opinion? Revise in small bursts, take frequent breaks, because you're just going to overload your brain with loads of information and it won't help you absorb anything. And like, I have a whole video coming up if you want to check that out. I use Seneca, I don't know, but I literally started it the weekend before my exams, for my biology exam, and it really actually helped, because I find writing out notes and flashcards just takes so long, and like I usually had to use colour and stuff, but where it's online, it's a website, or like you can do it on your phone and stuff, it was just so much easier, because I don't know, and they have some complex algorithms and stuff that help. That's how I did it. You just have to find out what the best way for you is, like what the best way for me was might not be the same for you. So you just have to like obviously keep revising, do it for your mocks, and you'll know, oh, I did mind maps in colour, that really helped, I can do that for the rest of them. I did loads of different things for loads of different exams. By the end of it, I just was using like online stuff because I couldn't be bothered anymore. But I did like note pages for geography, I did flashcards for geography, mind maps for RE, I just did loads of different things for different subjects. Maddie asked, how hard are the biology exams, and are the exams as hard as everyone makes them out to be? Biology exams, I don't know, mine was okay, but like I really revised for it, like I wanted to do really well, so, and like I found the first one really easy and the second one was like easy-ish, like okay, but like it might get harder next year, you might be doing a different exam board, like it all depends. Are the exams as hard as everyone makes them out to be? If you revise, if you know the information, if you know the information, it'll be okay and you won't find it like really, whoa, you know, because obviously if you know the stuff you need to know, then it shouldn't be hard. Also exam techniques for like answering questions and stuff, that might be hard, but that's something you have to work on during revision as well. Asked, how would you focus your revision? If I had food tech the next day, I would do food tech the night before, and just like that for every exam. So before my biology exam, I do biology, and if I had two on the same day, I would do like, what did I have to do? I did like some English literature, then geography, some English literature, then geography. Didn't do a lot of English literature, so I did mostly geography for the day before my 2 exams. Faith asked, what are the best websites or anything to revise from? Seneca. I'll leave the link in the description down below. It's really good. If you start now, oh my god, it will help you so much. I started like 3 days before my exams, but you know. Emma asked, when did you start revising? So probably like 2-3 weeks before exams, but I've always had like revision notes for RE and stuff, which I made from the start of year 11 because I wanted to be like on top of my game, which didn't happen, but I started out like that, you know, started out strong. And I also asked, how much revision did you do each night leading up to exams? Like a lot. Like every single day I'd get back from school, made a revision timetable, which I like kind of stuck to. I didn't make it, Eunice made it for me, but like I put my exams, like my subjects in, because we don't take the same subjects, and I just tried to stick to that as best as I could. But if I couldn't be bothered to do English literature, then I'd just move on to the next subject and just keep like swapping around. And that was like, so I'd get home at like 4:30 depending on if I got the bus, and I'd start at 5 or 5:30, and then I'd take some breaks in between, but it would be like 5:30 to like 9 or 10, and then I'd usually shower right after I get home so I don't have to do it in the night, and then I can just go have dinner and go to bed. Oh my god, I thought it was so quick! And asked, how do you better your grades after the year 10 mocks? Find out what your weaknesses are. So for me it was English literature, not lit, it's not lit. for me, it was English Lit. So I'd ask my teachers, you know, I'd ask my friends like, how do you answer questions? How do you structure them? Stuff like that. I also got some English language and English literature books to help me, which I didn't really read, but you know, just get as many resources as you can and don't be afraid to ask questions. Last question. Lowry, I'm sorry. At what point did you start revising properly? 3 weeks before my exams, which I don't recommend. We'll see how it turned out for me. But as I said before, like loads of times, I had revision material ready. It's better to start, like revising is going over the material you've made, so it's better for you to just make your material like way before the exam, so that's where you're not like wasting time. Obviously writing it out will help you, but you're not wasting time writing everything out, you're just reading it over and over again, and you can write it out again. That will help you as well. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like more like year 11 exam kind of videos, I have a year 11 advice video coming up, like my year 10 advice, which got a lot of views, thank you guys, and a revision techniques and tips and all of that stuff video coming out also, so make sure to look out for those. And I'm going to upload them like early on in the summer, not like at the end of summer like I did last year, so you have time to use those tips over the summer, not just when year 11 starts, because that's going to be hard. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, I need water. Comment down below video suggestions and subscribe. Bye.
Gotcha, bitch.